Okay. So next one is unit 4, that is the elementary concepts. In this, we are going to simplify two types of systems. The first one is electrical is the input and mechanical is the output. For example, motor. The motor, which one you are using to lift up the water against gravity. So what is done for that motor? Electrical is the input and output is mechanical, MGH. So that system we are going to simplify. Reverse one, second one means like generator. For generator, mechanical is the input and electrical is the output. Okay, so both the types of system we are going to simplify. Now, for this, we use SI system of units. Whatever the parameters we are going to see today were power, energy, torque, acceleration, angular frequency. So, SI system of units is used for it. International system of unit it is called. So, for electrical and mechanical system only you have to do. Don't do the thermal system. Thermal system not there in your syllabus. Only electrical and mechanical system. Combination of these two. Electrical is the input, mechanical is the output, or reverse thing. Mechanical is the input and electrical is the output. Thermal system not there in your syllabus. Okay. So first of all, mechanical parameters related to mechanical system we'll see. Almost all you already have covered in 12th. Just I'll revise it, and electrical parameter also few. That we'll see. That also we have covered in previous units. So for mechanical system, mass we denote it by small m. Unit is kg. How we define it? It is the quantity of matter contained in a body. Velocity is denoted by a small v. It's a rate of change of displacement dx by dt. So unit is meter per second. Acceleration is rate of change of velocity dv by dt denoted by small a. So you can write it as d2x by dt square. If you put it here, you will get d2x by dt square. So unit will be meter per second square. Force. So here, any body with mass m resting on a floor, you are going to apply some force. So because of it, what will happen? There will be some displacement. So force is the one due to which there is a change in a position of a body or change in a motion of a body. Like this, you can define it. F is equals to ma, and unit is Newton. So weight, for weight also, W is the symbol used for that. Unit is also Newton. So whatever the mass given in kg, you can convert into Newton. How? Multiplied by g, 9.81 meter per second square gravitational acceleration. Okay, so you will get it in Newton. Weight it is called. Again, torque. So for that, what we torque, it is denoted by capital T. Consider this one is the pulley of radius small r. Its radius is denoted by small r, and you are going to apply some force to it. Because of it, consider it is rotating in clockwise direction. So how you can define it as a torque? It's a force into radius. So it's a, you can say it's a product of force and distance. Which one distance? R. And this is the perpendicular distance between line of action of force and axis of rotation of that pulley. So product of F into R, where R is a perpendicular distance between axis of rotation and line of action of force. So force is in Newton and radius is in meter. So torque, Newton meter, unit. Each and every formula concentrate, and unit also, because in further numericals it is required. Okay, so here symbol, unit and formula you keep in your mind. So here also, whenever on ground, body with mass m is resting, resting on it, if you apply some force to it, then there will be some displacement. Displacement you can denote by small x also, small d also. Then in this case, we can say some work is being done. So work done is denoted by W. formula is F into force into displacement. Here displacement X also you can use rather than D. So force into displacement, that's why Newton meter or Joule. Joule also you can use unit for it. Rate of, now here work is done. So rate of doing work is called as power. So work done upon time. So work done in Joule and work done upon time. So joule per second or watt. And work done, it's a Newton meter. So another unit is Newton meter per second. So power, any of it you can use, which is called as rate of doing work is the power. So unit you can use watt or joule per second or Newton meter per second. Now here formula is there, derivation P is equals to T omega, that is explained over here. For that purpose, what is considered, this one is a pulley. Maybe it is not that much clear to all of you. So I'll explain here. See, pulley, its radius I have denoted here as a capital R. You can use small r also. And this is the force. You are going to apply some force over here. Because of it, consider this pulley is rotating in clockwise direction. So in electrical engineering, whenever you consider any motor or generator, all of you know their rotor is cylindrical, circular. So centrally it's a shaft, and on the shaft rotor core is there. So whenever any motor or generator rotates, consider in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, whatever it is. So speed of this rotor and that shaft is same, and that is marked as capital N. Here I have written, slight blur it is. Okay, here you can see capital N, revolutions. Okay, so speed of motor and generator is denoted by capital N. Unit is RPM, revolutions per minute. Suppose one motor is there, its speed is 1500 RPM. Means what? That one motor is going to complete 1500 revolutions in 1 minute. That is its meaning. Okay. So here I have written, see, speed is capital N and unit is small RPM. So whenever any motor or generator rotates, whenever you switch on, it starts rotating. So its speed is denoted as capital N, any motor, any generator. Its speed is denoted as capital N and unit is revolutions per minute. In the specifications of motor or generator, one of the parameter given is speed. So there they mention 1500 RPM is the speed. Means what? 1500 revolutions in 1 minute it is going to complete. Okay, that is the meaning. So consider this one is pulley, at what speed it is rotating, so that it completes n number of revolutions in 1 minute. So whatever the torque produced, it will be force into radius, isn't it? Unit is Newton meter. Power we have seen, rate of doing work. So work done upon time is the power. So whenever you are applying some force here and the pulley with radius capital R, it rotates at speed n RPM. So how much is the work done? That will calculate first. Work done and time. And that one we are going to calculate for 1 revolution. So force you are going to apply F, its radius is capital R. So circumference is 2 pi R. So how much work it will do in 1 revolution? In 1 revolution, how much distance that pulley will travel equal to its circumference. So F into 2 pi R will be the work done in 1 revolution. Unit is joule. And how much will be the time taken for 1 revolution? So we know its speed is n RPM, means n number of revolutions that pulley is going to cover or going to complete in 1 minute. N number of revolutions it is going to complete in 1 minute. So 1 minute is equals to 60 seconds. So I can say n revolutions, if it completes in 60 seconds, so how much time it will take to complete one revolution? How much time it will take to complete one revolution?
60 by n.
Very good. 1 into, correct, 1 into 60 divided by n. See here, 1 into 60 divided by n, that is 60 by n second. So we got work done in one revolution and time required for one revolution. So work done in one revolution is F into 2 pi r, and time required for one revolution is 60 by n, and that will be the power. So if you simplify it, you will get here F into R into 2 pi n by 60, and 2 pi n by 60 is called as angular velocity. Okay, so 2 pi n by 60 angular velocity, it is a radian per second, and this one is a torque. Force into radius is torque, and this one is omega. So another formula you can use for power is T into omega, torque into omega. Okay, this one also the formula you can use for power. This is all about the no, this one also left for mechanical. Kinetic energy and potential energy. Kinetic energy formula is half mv square, unit is joule. We define kinetic energy, it is the energy possessed by a body because of its motion. And potential energy formula is mgh, unit is joule. It is the energy possessed by a body because of its position. Like this we define it, kinetic energy and potential energy. So this is all about the mechanical system. Now next one is electrical. So for electrical system, we have seen AC circuit also, DC circuit also. Capital R we denote as a resistance. Unit is ohm. I current, ampere, V voltage. Okay. So for this electric work done in this system, whenever you are going to apply some DC voltage, DC current will flow in the circuit. Conventional direction of flow of current we use, which is reverse that of flow of electrons. So here electrons are moving. In first unit, if you remember, we have seen how exactly electrons move. They move from negative terminal of battery through this external resistance toward the positive terminal of a battery. Flow of electrons. And reverse is a conventional direction of flow of current. Now here electrons are moving. So work done to move electron in unit time is called as electric power. Okay. So 1 joule of electric work is the amount of work done to move unit charge of 1 coulomb through a potential difference of 1 volt. Like this you can define the electric work. Definition it is. Okay, so electric work done formula is Q into V. Q is charge. So I, rate of change of charge, is the current. So this one, if you put here, electric work done will be V into I into T, and work done per unit time is the power. So put it, work done is VI T divided by T. So you will get power V into I. This one we have seen in DC circuits. In DC circuit, formula of power is V into I. And what is the formula of power in AC circuit?
Vi cos phi.
Very good. Correct. If it's a DC circuit, VI, and if it is a AC circuit, VI cos phi. Okay. So for a DC circuit formula, you will get V into I. You can write the unit watt or work done per unit time. That's why joule per second also you can use. And if it is DC circuit, you can use V is equals to IR. If you put here, then you will get power V into I, or I square R, or V square by R. This already we have seen in DC circuits, isn't it? So whenever any DC fan is there, and if you see the nameplate of a DC fan, what you will find on that, like this specifications given. Voltage specification given is 12 volt, and current specification given is 0.18 ampere. Means what does it mean? Not beyond this voltage you can apply voltage across it, not beyond this, only up to 12 volt. And current also, this one only the maximum current you can pass through it, not more than that. Means how much is the power it will consume when you switch it on. It will consume V into I. If you apply across it 12 volt, current flowing through it will be 0.18 ampere. So how much power that fan will consume? 2.16 watt. That is its meaning. Okay. Now 1 kilowatt is kilo is there, so we can write it into 1 into 10 to the power 3, so 1000 watt. So here 1 minute, for what I have written this. Whenever for any instrument it is given to you that its power rating is 1 kilowatt, and across it you are going to apply 220 volt. So what will be the current flow? Consider any electrical instrument. Its power specification is 1 kilowatt and voltage specification is 220 volt. What does it mean? Whenever across that instrument you apply 220 volt, its power specification is 1 kilowatt. So when you switch it on and apply across it 220 volt, how much will be the current flowing through that instrument? 4.54 ampere. That is the meaning. Whenever power rating and voltage specification of the instrument, you can calculate the current flowing through that. Whatever the sockets at your home, you can see current range, you will find 5 ampere or 15 ampere. So whenever it's a 5 ampere socket, smaller one socket, which one you use for food processor or fridge, smaller one socket, its current range is 5 ampere. So for this voltage, all of you know, it's 220 volt. So 220 volt into current range for that socket, if 5 ampere, what does it mean? How much load you can connect across that socket with power specification up to 1.1 kilowatt, not beyond that. For 5 ampere socket. If it's a 15 ampere socket, specification with current range specification 15 ampere. Okay, so for across this socket, voltage is 220 volts, single phase AC voltage everywhere. So voltage range is 220 volt, specification of that socket is 15 ampere. So if the socket is of current specification 15 ampere, so across it, how much load you can put, which can consume power up to 3.3 kilowatt, not beyond that. So smaller load is there, which require power consumption only up to 1.1 kilowatt. Go for a 5 ampere current specification socket. If power consumption for particular load is beyond 1.1 kilowatt, go for 15 ampere socket range, 3.3 kilowatt. Above 1.1 up to 3.3 kilowatt, go for 15 ampere. Now here I have written for 5 ampere and 15 ampere how much load power rate with specifications you can connect. Next is electrical energy. Energy meter is there at your home. You can see means electricity, it is not free. You have to pay for that. How much you will pay? In proportion how much whatever you have consumed. So there must be some instrument which measures how much energy is consumed by a consumer, and then accordingly whatever is the rate of electricity bill and the reading of that energy meter, you have to pay the charges. Okay, so energy meter you will find at your home everywhere wherever there is a use of electricity. Energy meter you will find. Energy meter, earlier one, it was rotating disc type, induction type it is called. Nowadays it is being replaced by digital one. In digital energy meter you will find microcontroller IC is there, and current transformer, potential transformer is there, electronic circuit is there, that all work together and they display energy consumed by consumer. Digital one is more accurate compared to earlier one, induction type. In digital one, whatever the microcontroller IC is there, whatever the program burn in that microcontroller IC, accordingly that energy meter works. So whatever the display of that energy meter is in kilowatt hour. 100 units are consumed by consumer. means 100 kilowatt hour energy is used, consumed by that consumer. 1 unit is equal to 1 kilowatt hour. This one everyone keep in your mind. This one relationship in numericals you have to use it. Reading of energy meter, suppose it is 100 units, nothing but you can see they're written kilowatt hour. So whenever I say 100 units are consumed by consumer, nothing but 100 kilowatt hour energy is consumed by consumer. Definition you can see here, it is defined as the power consumed for a particular period of time. Means that energy meter, it display power consumed by consumer over 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, like this. So energy meter, its display is in kilowatt hour. Whenever 1 kilowatt load, means load with power specification 1 kilowatt, you are going to operate for 1 hour. Then that time for 1 hour, we can say energy consumed by that instrument is 1 kilowatt. Okay, so energy is power into time. Power we know it's a VI, time is T. Obviously, this one is for DC circuit. And for AC, which one? When cos phi is 1. Okay, so power into time, V into I into T. Unit is joule, or for power we know it's a watt, and time is in second. So you can use watt second or joule for energy. And here energy is in joule, power is in watt, time is in time is in second. So what we can say, 1 joule is equals to 1 watt second. This one you keep in your mind. Sometimes this one also required. This one also while solving numerical. Now here sometimes there is a need to convert kilowatt hour to joule or joule to kilowatt hour while solving the sum. So what is the relationship that we'll see? How we can convert kilowatt hour to joule or joule to kilowatt hour. Now it's a 1 kilowatt hour. Kilo means I can write 10 to the power 3, isn't it? So as I have written here 10 to the power 3, then it will be watt hour, isn't it? 1 into 10 to the power 3 watt hour. Now hour it is, you can convert hour into second. How? 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes and 1 minute is equals to 60 seconds. Means 1 hour I wanted to convert it to second, so I will multiply it by 60 into 60, isn't it? So that will be in second. So this one is 1 into 10 to the power 3 into 60 into 60. Then we can say it will be 8 watt second. And what is 1 watt second is 1 joule. So either you use for this watt second or joule, isn't it? Now here 60 into 60, 3600. And this one is 10 to the power 3. So watt second or joule. Now the same we can simplify. I can write the same as 36 into 10 to the power 5. Here 2 zeros are there, 3. So I can write it 36 into 10 to the power 5. Watt second or joule. Now here to make it easy, see here 6 is there, here 5 is there. So better way both digits we can make 6. How? I can write the same thing as, rather than 36, if I write 3.6, then it will be into 10 to the power 6. Okay, so this one you keep in your mind. 6 becomes easy, no confusion. 6, 5, where 6. So better way 3.6 into 10 to the power 6. This one relationship everyone keep in your mind, because while solving the sum, there is a need sometimes to convert kilowatt hour to joule or joule to kilowatt hour. Okay, so 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule. MCQ question also get asked based on this. Okay. 1 joule is equals to how much kilowatt hour, like this, or reverse. 1 kilowatt hour is equals to how much joule. Which one of the option is correct? Keep this one in your mind. Okay. So what is the conclusion? 1 kilowatt hour is equals to 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule. So we'll see the sum. See here, a factory, it has 240 volt supply. Following is the load. Lightning load, 300 lamps are there. Each lamp is 150 watt. 400 lamps, each lamp is of 100 watt. Next 500 lamp, each lamp is of 60 watt. Then heating load is there, heater. For that power specification is given 1000 kilowatt. Then motor is there. So for motor power specification is given 44.76 kilowatt and its efficiency is given 75%. And whatever the rest load, miscellaneous, various load taking a current of 40 ampere. Assuming that lightning load is on for 4 hours per day, heating load 10 hours and the rest for 2 hours. Lightning load, this one is on for 4 hours per day. This one heater is on for 10 hours per day and the rest 2 motor and miscellaneous, it is on for 2 hours per day. Okay, per day. Now calculate weekly consumption. Per week, how much in kilowatt hour means energy you have been asked, isn't it? Not a power. So how much weekly consumption in kilowatt hour when working 5 days a week? In a week, 5 days it works. Okay. So for 5 days, how much energy it will consume in 5 days? That you have to calculate because it's a 5-day working only for that factory. What current is taken when the lightning load only is switched on? We'll solve it one by one. Okay. So see now. See here, for lightning load, how many lamps are there? 300 and each of the specification given. Next lamp and means various lamps are there. First one with 150 watt power rating, second one 100 watt power rating, and third one 60 watt power rating. And numbers are also different, 300, 400 and 500. So using this, you can calculate the power. See here, 300 lamp, each operating how much? 150, isn't it? 400 lamp, each operating 100, and 500 lamp, each of power specification 60. So using this, can you calculate power? And you can add it. So total power consumed by that lamp load is 115 kilowatt. Got it? Any difficulty with this?
No, ma'am.
See here, what is given to you? 300 lamps are there, each is of 150 watt. Means how much power total they will consume? 300 into 150. Similarly, 400 into 100, 500 into 60. So for each type of lamp, so total power consumed we have calculated. You will get it 115 kilowatt. Next one is heating load. For heating load, directly they have given its power rating 100 kilowatt, isn't it? Then so power is already given here, and only number is not given. Means only total they have given. Total power consumed for heating type of load. For example, heater. Next one is motor. So for motor, efficiency is given and power is given. So whatever the power specification given for motor is always its output power. Whenever I say it's a 1 HP motor, HP you can convert to watt or kilowatt, isn't it? So similarly reverse also. So sometimes motor specification is given in HP or watt. So whatever the motor specification in HP or watt given to you, that one is its output power and not the input. Clear? For motor, electrical is the input and output is mechanical. So whenever I say it's a 1 HP motor or 1 kilowatt motor or 5 HP motor, so that one is always its power output. Okay, so power output is given to you here. See, what is given to you? Motor of 44.76 kilowatt, means this one is the motor specification given in kilowatt, and this one you have to consider its output power. Okay, with a efficiency of 75%. So output power you know of motor, and efficiency you know, efficiency formula for any equipment all of you know, output power upon input power. So output is given, efficiency it's given. If output is in kilowatt, then input also you will get in kilowatt, isn't it? Can you calculate input? Any difficulty?
No, ma'am.
Okay, input we got in kilowatt for a motor. Next is what? Miscellaneous load. See, for miscellaneous load, what is given? Various load taking a current. Current you know 40 ampere, and voltage you know. So using this, you can calculate the power for miscellaneous load. See, miscellaneous load P is equals to VI. See, in such numericals, nothing is given. You consider FASFI 1. Whatever it is, whether AC, DC. If it is DC, no need to consider the power. No need to consider the power factor, isn't it? If it is not given, whether it is a AC or DC, so formula directly always in such numericals you have to use P is equals to VI. Okay. So voltage is 240, current is 40, so 9600 watt you will get. You can convert it into kilowatt, divided by 1000. You will get the answer in kilowatt. 9600 watt means 9.6 kilowatt. So for every load, we have calculated the power in watt, power consumed in watt. Now for how much duration they are on, that we'll see. Energy is equals to power into time. And we want energy consumed in kilowatt hour for 5 days. So per day, what is given? Heater is lightning load is on for 4 hours. Heating load is on for 10 hours per day, and the rest load, motor and miscellaneous, it is on for 2 hours per day. It is already given, and power consumed just now we have calculated. So power into time will be the energy. So that will be power you have calculated in kilowatt, and this one is in hour. So you will get the energy in kilowatt hour. Okay, so energy also can you calculate in kilowatt hour?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, energy you can calculate, because energy is equals to power into time. Power in kilowatt already we have calculated. See here, kilowatt for every, for this 115 kilowatt, for heater directly given 100 kilowatt, for motor we got 59.7 kilowatt, and for miscellaneous 9.6 kilowatt, and for how much duration it is on, that is already given. See, lightning load 4 hours per day, 10 hours, and the 2 hours it is given to you, means power into time, energy in kilowatt hour you can calculate. So total, this is per day. Whatever we have calculated, it is per day, because that lightning load 4 hours per day, 10 hours per day, 2 hours per day, means whatever you have calculated in kilowatt hour, it is for 1 day. And in a you have been asked to calculate weekly energy consumption, but in a week it's a 5 day, 6 day, or 7 day working. 5, it is given to you, it's a 5 day working. See, calculate weekly energy consumption of a factory in kilowatt hour when it works 5 day per week, 5 day week. So for 5 days, if this one is for 1 day, so for 5 day it will be multiplied by 5, isn't it? Multiplied by 5. So whatever it is in kilowatt hour, 7993, that will be for 5 day, nothing but a weekly we can say, because per week it operates only for 5 days, isn't it? So this one you have been asked to calculate. 7993 kilowatt hour weekly energy consumption in kilowatt hour is the question, isn't it? That one we have done. And what you have been asked, if lightning load only you switch on, what will be the current flowing? So lightning load power consumption is how much? 115 kilowatt. So 115 we have calculated it, 115. See here, for lightning load. lightning load total power consumption is 115 kilowatt. Voltage is given 240, isn't it? Voltage is given 240. So 115 kilowatt, that's why into 10 to the power 3. P is equals to VI. I told you in such numericals, P is equal to VI. This one formula only you have to use. If given AC, mostly cos phi given is 1 in such numericals. And if nothing is given, then by default consider it as a DC. And lightning load it is. No? So lightning load cos phi is 1, isn't it? Okay. So always by default consider cos phi as a 1 here. If nothing is given. That is its meaning. Cos phi you have to take as a 1. So current will be, you can calculate the current. You will get this answer. Okay. Next one, like this numerical, see. What is the energy consumed in kilowatt hour by the bulb if it is plugged into a voltage source of 100 volt for 2 hours and has a resistance of 200 ohm. So energy in kilowatt hour means capital E, which is power into time. You have been asked to calculate. So power is V into I into T. So whatever the parameters given to you, voltage and resistance. So we'll replace current. You can replace current. V is equals to IR. So I will be what? V by R. So you will get it V square by R into time. So voltage is given 100 volt. Its square. Resistance is given. This value you can put here and 2 hours. So using this, you will get it in watt hour. Isn't it? Watt hour. And we want answer in kilowatt hour. So divide it by 1000. Whatever the watt hour you get, divide it by 1000, you will get it in kilowatt hour. So 0.1 kilowatt hour. Got this one, sir? And the earlier one, any difficulty?
No, ma'am.
Yes, simple, eh? This one, small for 1 mark. This one is the larger one, means sub part of it you may get as easy for 1 mark and slightly difficult for moderate or difficult level, then it will be for 2 marks. Okay. Next one, same type के है ये भी. How much time did iron was on if it consumes 100 watt of power and has a total energy consumption of 20 kilowatt hour. So time you have been asked and energy is given and power is given. Very easy. Energy is equals to power into time. 1 joule is equals to 1 watt second. Means 1 watt second is equals to 1 joule, nothing but, isn't it? So see here. Energy is given to you 20 kilowatt hour. So 20 kilowatt hour, see, whenever power is in watt, time is in second, energy must be in E is equals to power into T.
Joule.
So joule, isn't it? But energy given to you is in kilowatt hour. So what you have to do first, convert this kilowatt hour to joule. Then only time you will get in second. Isn't it? So what a relationship we got? 1 kilowatt hour is equals to 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule. Isn't it? So kilowatt hour to joule, how you can convert? 1 kilowatt hour is equals to 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule. This is the standard relationship. Just multiply it by 3.6 into 10 to the power 6. So that will be in joule. So now if you divide 1 watt second is equals to 1 joule. So whatever you got in joule now, if you divide it by power in watt, then time in second you will get. So this one multiplication, that is the energy in joule divided by power 100. 100 watt is given. See, 100 watt. So 100 watt value you put here. This one is joule, power is in watt. So time easily you will get in second. So whatever the options given to you, second, minute, hour, that one you can calculate. Second you can convert to minute, minutes you can convert to hour. So you will get it 72 and on it 4 zeros in second, or time is 200 horse. ठीक है. हाँ, this one is the another type of sum. हाँ, up till now electrical system. Next one means load connected normally, whatever heater we switch on, lamps we switch on, motor we switch on, and then energy consumption you get asked such type of numericals. Next type, see this one. Then in such numericals you will get asked energy consumed, then monthly electricity bill, weekly electricity bill, and so on. Now this one type is there. Everyone please concentrate for such numericals. See here, an electrically driven pump, it lifts 80 meter cube of water per minute through a height of 12 meter. Efficiency of motor and pump are given 70 and 80%. See, the thing is like this is the arrangement, and this type of numerical get asked. Everyone concentrate. So see here, motor pump assembly is there. So for every motor, electrical is the input and mechanical is the output. So whatever the mechanical output of this motor pump assembly, what is does, this is the water at ground level, and motor pump assembly, for what purpose we use? To lift up the water against gravity through some height 12 meter. Okay, so in this case, what is given to you? Efficiency of motor, efficiency of pump, it is given 70 and 80%. And output of motor pump here is a mechanical, which is equals to means what this motor pump assembly it is doing? It is lifting some amount of water, 80 meter cube
टीचर
of
सांगितलंय ऍक्शन वर्ड तिन्ही रूपासह दीजिए.
this motor pump assembly, it is lifting 80 meter cube of water through some height 12 meter against gravity. So whatever the output of this motor pump assembly, mechanical output, we can calculate it using the formula mgh. So mass is given in 80 meter cube. Whenever I use the formula mgh, mass must be in kg. Okay. So how we can convert meter cube into kg? 1 meter cube is equals to 10 to the power 3 kg, isn't it? So 80 meter cube into 10 to the power 3, that will be in kg, and g is 9.81 and height is 12. Like this, you can calculate the mechanical output. So see here, an electrically driven pump, it lifts 80 meter cube of water per minute. This meter cube you have to convert into kg. So 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 kg. This one formula everyone keep in your mind. 1 kilowatt hour is equals to 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule. 1 joule is equals to 1 watt second. In some numerical you have to use this one also. 1 ton is equals to 1000 kg. And in some numerical this one also. 1 kg is equal to 1 liter. Because whenever I use the formula mgh, output of motor, so that mass must be in kg. Sometimes it is given in meter cube. You must be able to convert it to kg. Sometimes it is given in ton. Convert it to kg. Sometimes it is given in liter. 1 liter is equal to 1 kg. You must know this relationship. Okay. So here it's given in meter cube. So 1 meter cube is equals to 1000 kg. Height also given 12 meter. Efficiency of motor pump given 70 and 80%. So you have been asked current drawn by the motor if it works on 400 volt supply, energy consumption in kilowatt hour, cost of energy at the rate ₹5 per kilowatt hour. If pump operates 2 hours per day for 30 days, means in 1 month 30 days are there. Daily that motor pump assembly it operates for 2 hours. And so you have been asked to calculate the energy consumption in kilowatt hour and electricity bill also and current drawn. Okay. So all these parameters in next lecture we'll calculate.